Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
We begin tonight with developing news out of Pennsylvania, where a local church group is slowly on the move again after being stranded for nearly 24 hours due to a heavy snowstorm. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Krista Baim. The group traveled to Washington, D.C. for the March of Life anti-abortion rally this week. And here's a look outside their bus. The 34 teenagers and 6 chaperones from Fargo and Castleton were stuck on the Pennsylvania Turnpike after a series of accidents involving semis shut it down because of some 18 inches of snow that's fallen in that area. Katina Peterson of Castleton is on one of the buses and says they became stranded around 8 p.m. Eastern last night. Everyone is safe, and the National Guard stopped by their buses to check on everyone and make sure there was enough food and water. They passed the long hours with homework, movies, and card games. The National Guard did allow them to step off the bus this afternoon to get some fresh air while they waited to get moving again.
What they're doing is they're clearing a little bit and then letting those people move up, and then they're clearing the rest of the snow in that area. You know, they keep moving little by little.
The buses now have to take a new route and are expected back in Fargo around 4 p.m. tomorrow. And the death toll continues to rise as this monster winter storm hits over 70 million people along the East Coast. The blizzard has shut down road, rail, and air travel, and high winds have caused massive power outages. NBC's Jennifer Johnson has our story from Washington.
Life-threatening blizzard conditions are slamming the East Coast. Wind gusts over 50 miles per hour have made travel virtually impossible. Air, bus, and rail service halted. Motorists can't move. Thousands were stranded on I-75 in Kentucky.
I've been running my engine on a cycle of 10 minutes. For 10 minutes long, every 40 minutes. So it seems to be long enough to keep the engine warm and the cab warm.
A similar story in Pennsylvania, where the Duquesne University men's basketball team was among those stuck. While the white stuff entertained these snowboarders.
Is it legal, Chris? What we're doing is illegal today?
Pretty sure it's not legal.
Pretty sure it's not legal.
And delighted the panda at the National Zoo. It also offered a rare opportunity to sled down the U.S. Capitol lawn.
Winter Wonderland, so we're having a good time.
But unless you're on skis, officials are urging everyone to stay off the roads.
I don't care how superb a driver, how big a four-wheel drive vehicle you have, the roads are barely passable.
Thousands of flights have been canceled. Hundreds of thousands are without power. And severe coastal flooding is threatening several mid-Atlantic states. The blizzard has shut down the nation's capital, one of its biggest storms in history. Jennifer Johnson, NBC News, Washington.
10 states and the District of Columbia are under states of emergency this weekend. The weather is supposed to get considerably better tomorrow. Then the dig-out begins, and it will be several days before many businesses and schools reopen. And to our weather now in the valley, a much different look out there and far warmer than our past winter weekends. Meteorologist Justin Fanfarelli joins us right away with a look. Justin?
And thank you, Krista. Good evening, everybody. Yeah, temperatures were pretty warm out there today. We warmed up to 29 degrees into the Fargo areas. We're seeing clearer skies now as the evening is beginning. Down to 28 at Fargo, but warm air, especially out to our west. 34 at Devil's Lake, 35 at Jamestown. And as you make your way out toward Bemidji, they're at 22, some of the cooler air out that way. We saw mainly cloudy skies today. A few more breaks in the clouds now as we are into the 6 p.m. hour. We are tracking some mixed precipitation, some snow showers, especially as you make your way from Thief River Falls out toward Roseau. But other than that, we are seeing just dry conditions out there. Looking out to our west, we're seeing mainly cloudy skies, some snow showers, especially as you approach western Montana. We'll get some of those snow showers in our forecast area by Monday, but until then, we are going to be warm as we go through this evening. Temperatures into the upper 20s with cloudy skies for tonight. So I'll tell you if our weather is going to stay warm coming up in full weather later in the newscast.
A man is in custody after stabbing another man in the chest in South Fargo. 22-year-old Titus Cageley of Fargo was arrested on a local warrant in addition to the charge of aggravated assault. Fargo police were called to the 3300 block of 17th Street South around 12:30 this morning. Police say the two men went outside to smoke and an argument started. Kejle went back inside, grabbed a knife, and stabbed a third man in the chest. He then ran from the scene, but police were able to find him. The stabbing victim was taken to a local hospital with a non-life-threatening puncture wound to the chest. And a man was arrested last night for getting behind the wheel twice after he had been drinking in Grand Forks. 56-year-old Carl Schemp of Grand Forks was arrested 2 times within hours of each other for driving under the influence. First, he was taken to the Grand Forks County Correctional Facility after his vehicle was found stuck in a snowbank around 10:30 last night. After being released, he was pulled over again and taken to the jail just under 5 hours later, around 3:30 in the morning. A Minnesota man is sharing his near-death story with the hope others will protect themselves from a silent killer. Carbon monoxide poisoned Michael Tatro and 3 other fishermen in an ice house on Leech Lake in northern Minnesota last weekend. A 34-year-old man died. Emergency crews rushed Michael and 2 other men to the hospital. As Rachel Slavic explains, doctors say it's a scene that's playing out too frequently this winter.
I've been here for a week now.
Michael Tatro's weekend fishing trip was not supposed to end here.
I don't remember a whole lot of the situation.
In a hospital room, the ability to walk temporarily gone.
I can lift this leg up, but I can't do that with this leg anymore. It just won't.
Michael didn't see, smell, or taste the carbon monoxide. Neither did the 3 others in the ice house on Leech Lake.
I remember we were all fine. We'd all eat chili and watch football, and I think we just kind of all laid down to go to sleep.
34-year-old Jared Johnson never woke up. Michael almost shared the same fate.
I guess my buddy said when they pulled me out of there, I was drooling and foaming at the mouth. Like I say, I guess I'm lucky to be here.
Doctors at HCMC rushed him into the hyperbaric chamber for treatment.
He was very sick he was critically ill from the carbon monoxide poisoning, but now he's doing much better.
He wouldn't be the only one in need of the life-saving oxygen.
We've seen a pretty big uptick in our patients who are injured from carbon monoxide poisoning.
Dr. Christopher Logue's department treated 10 patients in just the last 9 days. In a normal year, the hospital will treat 60 to 75 cases total.
It is concerning. It's frustrating because it's a preventable disease.
The cases range from faulty furnaces to ice houses. In each instance, a carbon monoxide detector could have made a difference.
It's a silent killer because you can't detect the gas.
A lesson that will follow Michael on his next fishing trip.
When I go out in a fish house, I'm going to get me a carbon monoxide detector.
Symptoms of carbon monoxide poisoning include dizziness, nausea, and headache. It's recommended to keep CO detectors near a furnace on every level of your home and near your bed. And in cases like a fish house, they do have portable detectors. And there have been lots of ice fishers hitting the lakes today, and safety is a huge concern out there. The Minnesota DNR reminds people that if the ice is 2 inches or less, you need to stay off. You should also make sure you are properly dressed, wearing lots of layers and waterproof boots.
Well, it is very scary, and I recommend to people when they're driving on the ice, even if they've got a report of decent ice, unbuckle your seatbelt, have your door, unlocked, doors unlocked, in case you need to exit the vehicle quickly.
Tonight on Valley News Live 10 at 10, we'll have more on those safety tips for ice fishers. A petition is circling the city of Buffalo, North Dakota, where a potential pig farm would be built. The mayor of Buffalo says after contacting local representatives and a growing number of complaints, the State Department of Health has granted Buffalo a public hearing scheduled for mid-March. Rolling Green Family Farms is looking to bring a 9,000 swine facility in the small town of 200 people. Residents say they have concerns of potential health problems or contamination of water and soil the farm would bring. A group plans to deliver the petition and some 50 to 100 letters against the hog farm on Monday. A big splash at Fargo North High School, how it's helping a local nonprofit and many families. That's later on Valley News Live at 6.
And very warm air filtering into the area. Temperatures 10 degrees above normal today as we topped off at 29. I'll tell you if these warm temperatures are going to stick around coming up next.